Dave Mazza, welcome back to TFNN.
Thanks for having me back. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I know you just heard me talk about the gold market. This thing's going to the moon. But you know what I'd like to talk about first? And the reason, Dave, is this, and folks, is that, you know, yeah, we've been in the gold market a long period of time, you know, nice market. We're in the housing market also. But it seems that the market itself is sniffing out inflation. So can we talk about, and you got a new ETF, NAIL, N-A-I-L, right?
Yeah, no, NAIL's been on a massive uptrend, both from an interest perspective, from meeting new volumes in the fund, new assets in the fund, as investors have looked and taken a step back and seen actually one of the real bright spots of this potential economic recovery is the housing market, because we have generationally low interest rates that are likely going to stay that way for a long time. But you make an interesting note about inflation. We know if people are looking for opportunities to protect against inflation, a real asset like a home or real estate actually can be beneficial in that regard. So there may actually be something playing in that regard too, not just people who have been on the sidelines either trying to get out of the cities or just look for opportunities again because rates are so low.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And you know what I really love about it, Dave? And don't get me wrong, I love gold. But we know that there's always controversy, gold stocks, the whole bit. There's no controversy in housing and housing stocks, man. Do you know what I mean? So as a longer-term play also, solid would be the wrong word maybe, but I can see that the acceptability across all markets is much higher, I'd say.
Yeah, I think, we know our gold miners ETFs, especially on the leverage side, are some of our most popular products, and they really have been since we launched them. More recently, many of the people who are tuning in are very familiar with Nugget and Dust and J-Dust and the like.
What we're going to talk about right now is you're going to see on the website every single day. They have the price movers, they have the volatility spikes, and what I'd like to talk with Dave about right now is the creates and the redeems, okay? So this is back, when we take a look at this, Dave, we were talking about this the last time I had you on a couple weeks ago, but this is really cool, man. You can see how relevant it is. Friday was a down day. They're selling TNA, they're selling the SPXL and GUSH. Now we'll go back to the gold market again. I can't wait to see tomorrow if Nugget shows up as a create.
Yeah, well, the pattern of history that we have with our products, going back to the financial crisis, is that actually traders take advantage of market opportunities. So we tend to see this kind of counter-cyclical behavior. A lot of people just assume that these funds are used by trend followers and the like, and certainly that can play a role in identifying when to get in and when to get out. But there's also a lot of folks that are trying to take advantage of when opportunities arise. So again, when there's a big down day or a big up day, you actually see this kind of counter-cyclical, which is really interesting. So yeah, saw that with the equities on Friday, especially on the small cap side. And then of course today it's really, it's a gold and silver day. So, our funds are seeing volumes that are well above their 5-day volumes, or 20-day, et cetera, which you'd expect. But yeah, we'll see at the end of the day where actually the money flows out, whether more went in the bull side or more went into the bear side.
Well, I can tell you, so this is what happens at TFNN. You're going to love this, right? So picture this. I've had the gold report since 2001, I believe, right? So, we get the ups and downs in it. And what ends up happening, if we get way too many calls, right, in gold, it's like, oh, please, I know we're going to have a pullback now. It's so classic. It's like crazy, right? And, of course, we're in the market, so the last thing I want is a million calls. But we know, listen, that's how markets work, right? Do you know what I mean? It can stay there forever. All of a sudden, you get way too many calls. It's like, okay, man, everyone's in for right now. We go from there. This dollar is pretty intense. I mean, 93.72. That's not that bad for the dollar when you get gold at all-time highs. And
no, that's a great point.
Yeah. And, my take is that it's going to go, it does want to go lower, but, we'll see where the rest of this shakes out. Well, listen, man, education's always great. We really appreciate it. And we, we look forward to speaking. Oh, my God, it's going to be a couple of weeks where we're talking about August now.
Yeah, that's right. Time is flying here in the summer. Opportunities continue to arise, though, for traders.
They do.
We're seeing with small caps. We saw it with biotechs last week, and of course now we'll see what goes on both with the currency markets and then how that's spilling over to gold and then the gold mining equities.
Yeah, this certainly isn't a calm summer like we're normally used to, which is pretty cool. I mean, and it's, you know, it seems like also, Dave, right? This might be showing up on your radar. It seems like the whole next generation of traders have come in. I mean, I remember, I started in 1980, and I knew that whole slew would come in, but that's what seems like has happened. Maybe COVID pushed it, but the bottom line is that it seems like we have a whole new slew of traders. And I'm talking about a big, very large group, young people, no doubt about that, but a very large group. So we'll see how that shakes out in the next few months.
That's right. I mean, again, we encourage everyone to, as you always say, visit our website, learn about the products, understand how they work, because they are different. They're leveraged and inverse, so they amplify exposures. But you're absolutely right. We've seen a significant increase in new investors. Historically, investors who have traded with us are doing more trading, as you're right. Summer has presented lots of different opportunities for them. I think if more people get involved with the markets, so it's not just dominated, by large institutions and the like, and more people will know and experience, maybe some of the ups and maybe some of the downs, but the opportunity that can exist with trading and investing to build wealth alongside other assets that people might have in their broader portfolios.
Well, there's no doubt. From when we started in this market to now, the retail trader is just as good as a pro trader. There's, the spreads are there. There's no commissions. I mean, everyone has the information. So it is day and night compared to, 30 years ago. There's no doubt about it, man.
That's right.
Well, listen, man, thank you so much. You have a great one, safe one. Look forward to speaking in 2 weeks, Dave.